Yo, what's up? Welcome back to Alpha Central, I'm your host Jack, and today we're taking a look at women being upset that American men are happy being bachelors. But let's jump right in, right after you subscribe, of course. Disclaimer, this video was made for strictly comedic/artistic purposes. No offense is intended towards any individual featured in this video.
I have a question for single men in their 30s who have their lives together and just haven't found the one yet for some reason. So if I was a single lady in my 30s and I wanted to meet you, where would be the best place to go? Just asking for a friend. Please, let me know in the comments. Thanks.
Single ladies in their 30s? I hate to break it to you, ma'am, but most men are keeping their distance.
I came here to look for a boyfriend. I don't know.
Yeah, I think all the men there are just enjoying their freedom.
I don't think men like women anymore. I don't think that men desire us women anymore, us real women. I don't think that they value us like they used to. Men aren't really putting out effort. They're not putting out any type of effort like they used to.
It's not that men don't want women, it's that a lot of relationships nowadays are just not worth it.
If the man is handsome, educated, has money, but still single, then what could be the problem?
Are they all seriously this blind? It's women. Women are the problem.
I don't want to get married. There's no benefit to that.
What? You're not gonna get married? Josh.
But why? What's the point of getting married? I have to pay $50,000 to get married for what?
Excuse me?
Plot twist, he wasn't talking about the game at all.
I'm just wondering, have black men totally given up on black women?
Yeah, it's a done deal. We decided to go where we're celebrated, not where we're tolerated.
Yeah, they've given up, and for good reason.
A man can commit to liking a sports team for his whole life, the same sport team his entire life. He's not afraid of commitment, okay? He just doesn't want to commit to you.
She's right, and it's probably because the sports team doesn't try to gaslight or manipulate him.
Yes, men are happy being single. They are. They're definitely enjoying it more than they used to before. And because I see it. You know, it's gotten harder to date, lately. Men are very, satisfied in their lives without women. They are. They're working a lot, either working a lot, or if they're not working, then, they'll hang out with their friends, with their family, with their kids. Well, with their kids, it's a given. But yeah, they're happy being, if they're not married, they're happy being, bachelors and having their own space and not having to commit to anyone. So yeah, this wasn't the case before, but this is what it is now.
With the state of dating and modern women these days, can you really blame men if we're happy being single?
When dudes say, I don't chase. Right, well, go find yourself a boyfriend then, babe. You don't chase? Well, what do you mean? That's your job. What do you do then? What do you do? You're not fulfilling your job as a man on this planet, okay? What do you do? Tell me. Please explain. Oh, I don't chase. I also don't have a head frame. Or any social skills or a fully developed frontal lobe. Because I don't chase. Also, when guys are complaining about gold diggers, but their side table is a cardboard box, and all they can afford to buy you is a piece of chicken, babe, gold diggers go after Ferraris, not a plate of food, okay? Cool.
Trust me, when they say don't chase, they mean don't chase women like you.
What do you think about the men who choose to remain bachelors?
It's funny because I probably have that mindset this day and age. I just turned 44 today. Today is my birthday. But when I was in my early 20s, I thought about marriage and settling down. But now it's like the bachelor life is better. People out here getting married and getting divorced a couple months later. So until you find true love and happiness, there's nothing wrong with being a bachelor.
Why would you give that up for marriage when you're going to get divorced. She's going to take the kids. She's going to take your money. And she's going to destroy you. There is no net benefit today for men to get married.
I'm not anti-marriage. I'm actually very pro-marriage. But I am also pro-smart decisions. And sometimes that means choosing peace.
Okay, I have a theory on why all the hottest girls are single and nobody's married yet. I figured it out. It's because before, hot women were a rare commodity. Now, everyone is just way too hot. It's easy for girls to get hot, right? And now it's like when you see a desirable, high value man, they have way too many options. And girls don't have options anymore. And it's so frustrating because it's like, people would kind of date in their lane, if you know what I mean. Before there was like fillers and Botox and hair and cute outfits and spray tans and all that stuff. People would date in their lane. Now, everyone's hot. And no, men can't do any type of like plastic surgery or height surgery or whatever. And with women working and men working equal pay, that's also a rare thing. So, ladies, we need to figure out a way to make men suck again. Sorry, they do suck. That's my point. They do suck. We just need to even out the ratio here. We're too hot. Men need to catch up to us. You know what I mean?
Wow, I honestly think I lost a few brain cells trying to understand whatever she was trying to say.
I told my husband that 63% of men 30 and under are single, and all he said was good.
63% is nothing. At this rate, we're going to be pushing 80% in no time.
New study says 80% of men nowadays don't want to be in a relationship. No, you hoes are one argument away from getting cracked by a bozo. It ain't even about pockets no more. He could have no seats on his mattress, holes in his socks, sleeping on his grandma, auntie, uncle crib floor. And you still gonna let him crack. That's on you, not us. That's you, baby.
He's not wrong. Dating these days mostly feels a lot more draining than exciting.
Well, the shortest and most correct answer to the question, when did men stop coming up to women? Well, it was about the same time that women started asking them to stop.
We heard you and changed, and now we're the problem? Make it make sense.
I was trying to flirt with a boy, and then he told me that I am not hot enough to be this mean. And you know what? I think he might be right.
If your flirting is disrespectful, don't be surprised when you get it right back.
I have given up looking for a girlfriend at 21. And forget about a wife. That's out the window.
At least he's realized it early enough.
If a man ever brags that they do not chase women, oh, she's falling down. If they brag that they do not chase women, if they brag that they're not going to go out of their way for a woman, you like men. You want to be a princess. You want a man to chase you. They haven't admitted to themselves that they are like actually gay, okay? Because a guy who, like, guys know, like, it's not about chasing women in particular. Like, it's more about pursuing a woman, okay? If they're like bragging that they do not pursue women, like, you're kind of girly, kind of weird. It's just not a flex, because the girls that are actually of high quality are going to not chase you. They're not going to chase your validation. They're not going to go out of their way to prove to you that they're worth being picked, okay? Because a lot of the high quality women that you want are going to require you to pursue them.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but I think in the future, you should keep delusional takes like that to yourself.
I would rather live alone and be alone for the rest of my life than be miserable in another relationship again. Welcome back to another episode of Skillet Talks. But Brian, you're gonna be alone and miserable and grumpy for the rest of your life if you remain single, and you're gonna die miserable. I'm gonna cut you off right there. I spent 4 years in my early 20s absolutely miserable from a domestic violent relationship that luckily I got out of, and I can explain and I can go through that story another time. But to be honest with you, like, I could not do that again. I would rather be in peace and make my eggs in the comfort of my own kitchen alone for the rest of my life than have to deal with somebody who treats me like crap. I mean, it absolutely destroyed my nervous system, my relationships with myself, my family, my friends. I mean, I had to reinvent myself as a person. So if you know anybody who can turn water into wine and make my life absolutely incredible, then yeah, I'm willing to die alone. Thanks.
Respect to him. That sounded like a horrible situation, and it seems like he's doing much better alone.
Literally one of the most embarrassing things just happened to me, and I have nobody to blame but myself. So I had a date with this man that we planned back on like Monday, right? So for a week now, we said we were going to meet on Saturday at 1 p.m. Saturday comes, y'all know I'm a late, can't be on time to save my life. I'm running late. I text him like, hey, can we push back to 1:30? 1:30 comes, I'm just getting in my car. I call him like, hey, I'm so sorry I'm running late, I'll be there in 10 minutes. I could hear it in the tone of his voice that he was pissed off. I'm like, I get there, I call him, no answer. I text him like, hey, I'm here. He's like, yeah, I left. You're wasting my time. Enjoy yourself.
He did the right thing. If you can't respect his time, he already knows you don't respect him.
So don't date modern women. Easy answer. Men who think like this are single-handedly cutting off their own bloodline. I feel the need to repeat this again. I do not generalize all men or all women into a category. I judge based on individual behavior. But I want to address this comment here about the feminist movement being the beginning of the end and that modern women are too masculine. My question is, what about women, modern women, is too masculine? Is it that they make their own money? Is it that they have the right to vote? They can make decisions? So if you had it your way, what would change? All of the research is showing that women are outpacing men, and I think that's really important for men to take a step back and reflect upon it. But either way, evolution is occurring and natural selection will take its course, and if you don't want to date modern women, you will end your own bloodline. And not every man thinks like this, and not every woman thinks like this, but you think like this, so don't date modern women.
I'm afraid a lot of men are happy to take that risk if it means avoiding all the stress that comes with dating a modern woman.
The male loneliness epidemic is just a bunch of women crying online because men have pulled out of dating because of standards and expectations that are set upon them. Where? What standards and expectations? You're all in situationships. You're all doing nothing. You're all getting that coin slot for free. Let's be honest. Are you even taking the birds that you're sleeping with on dates? No, you're not. You're not. So I don't understand where these standards and expectations are that you're talking about. Because most of the women in my inbox telling me about men they're dealing with, they don't even get took out. They get took for a mug and that's it. Do you know what I mean?
Is she actually hearing herself? You're exactly the type of woman who created this situation.
You meet a man who is over 40 years old and he's never been married, run. Because a man that has made it his entire adult life and has never decided to commit to one woman is a problem.
Sure, and it's never the woman's fault, right?
I think that most guys I know, most guys I've ever met in my life, would never want to date me. I know that they feel this way. I can just sense it. I think that most guys I know are like, Fiona's cool, would never want to date her. I'm pretty hungover, but I'm going to explain with my one brain cell. Men often have opinions or say things that really don't make a lot of sense about politics, psychology, social culture, feminism. I often find myself disagreeing with men, and I simply cannot let them think that they're right. So I want to debate. I want to argue. I want to prove you wrong. And I bring sometimes an aggressiveness to my debate style. No, you know what it is? It's a confidence to my debate style. I know 2 guys who I've debated with who have beat me. And I've said, you know what? You're right. In my life. And my dad's a lawyer and I beat him every damn time. He calls me up. I'm sorry, you're right, I'm wrong. I don't think a lot of men love this. So I turn off the majority of men with this little spice.
At least she knows she's got one brain cell. The problem is she said a whole lot of nothing.
Women are upset that men aren't approaching them in public anymore. There's a new trend going on where women will go put themselves out there, dress up a little more, make themselves seem a little perkier in an attempt to get men to approach them, and the men aren't approaching them, and they're upset about it. Newsflash, ladies, y'all created this problem. Y'all supported the feminist cause that said men should be shamed for approaching women. Y'all created imaginary boyfriends who don't exist to say, I'm not interested. But because you didn't have the balls to say I'm not interested, you said, I have a boyfriend, and made an excuse. And now there's the T app, which is publicly doxing and shaming men for approaching and talking and dating women. So explain to me how you plan on fixing this problem that you created.
It's always crazy to hear women complaining about something they brought upon themselves.
The reason why men are not asking women out on dates right now is because of women. Yes, I said it. Men are supposed to be the rock of the friendship, relationship, whatever, but we are the ones that like fix up a little. When there's fixing, that's where we come in. Like, we're supposed to like help out in departments that men really don't know, like the emotional state of it. Like, the reason why like we're all up as a generation is because we're not healed. Nobody's healed. Everybody got things that they need to work on, whether it's from things from when we were kids, whether it's things that we're working on now. Like, everybody needs to work on themselves, but want to date at the same time and feel lonely and feel like they need somebody. Like, when they feel alone, now they're depressed because they feel like they need companionship. When really, you just need the Lord, Jesus Christ, and just time for yourself. That's the only way you really get to know yourself for real. Like, you don't need to be going from guy to guy to feel some type of like happiness, bro. Like, you don't need validation from nobody.
Men should just focus on themselves and their own beliefs. Everything else, let it all fall into place.
Men don't actually want relationships.
You wanted equality, and now you're complaining that they don't want to be in a relationship with you. Equality also means the same. And since these men are not gay, why would they want to be in a relationship with another man? So you got your equality, and now they don't want to be in a relationship with you because you bring nothing to the table. You're basically men. They use you for one thing now. Of course they do, because that's what makes them not gay. But everything else, you're just like a guy. So they don't want to be in a relationship with a guy, otherwise they would be gay. And since they're not, they don't want to be in a relationship with you. You're not respectful, you don't give them peace. Maybe try being kind and sweet and nice, and don't bring drama into their lives. And don't try to change them, accept them for who they are and believe in them. And then they'll want to be in a relationship with you.
Once again, it's not men who are the problem. It's selfish, entitled women like her.
You gotta play hard to get because men love the chase. They actually don't anymore, okay? They are not the chase anymore, let me tell you. Ladies, it has changed, okay? And look, I'm not actually unhappy about all of it. It's been ingrained in us as young women that not to be too easy, right? And that men love the chase, and that they're only going to want you if you don't want them, and you got to play hard to get it, right? And I've always thought it was, honestly. I don't want to. That takes too much work, you know? But now it's gone too far the other way, where they want us to literally do all the work instead. We both don't want to do all of the work, right? It has to be 50-50, at least when it comes to effort. We both don't want to have to play hard to get. We both don't want people who gaslight us. Like, it's simple things.
The chase was fun when there was actually something to gain from it. Now it's just a humiliation ritual.
Okay, are we hitting like a nonchalant men pandemic? What's going on? Why is every other guy that I meet so nonchalant? Please grow out of it. Like, I feel like that's the step from like boy to man. Like, being nonchalant is not cool. It's not cool. I feel like a lot of people have this misconception that like nonchalant guys are so cool. And like, sure, maybe to like your buddies or like your like, I don't know. I don't know if that's like the new thing, like being nonchalant and like not giving a about like the girl you're talking to. Like, oh, whatever, I'm not a simp. That gives me middle school energy. But like, I feel like there's so many guys who are fully like grown and like acting like this. Like, I don't understand.
You show emotion and it's an issue. You don't and it's an issue too. Men really can't win.
You look happy. Yeah, thanks. I stopped dating. You don't realize how stressful relationships are until you're out of one. Right? Suddenly, I'm sleeping through the night. My bank account doesn't look like it's being held hostage by brunch bills. My blood pressure went back to normal. My doctor thought I started a religion or something. But no, I'm still happily Christian. She was just stealing my peace, doc. All right? When you stop dating, the little things disappear too. There's no more arguing about why I didn't post an Instagram story about us. There's no more pretending I love going to Target for just one thing that somehow turns into a $300 shopping spree. No more listening to how all men are trash while I'm literally sitting right there, holding the bag of food she just asked for. All right, so now it's just me, my peace, and the freedom to watch SportsCenter without someone asking, but why are they running again? Didn't they just run yesterday? I look happy. Of course I do. Because it turns out single life isn't lonely. It's just very quiet. And quiet is so underrated these days.
He really couldn't have said it better. At the end of the day, nothing beats peace.
One thing that amuses me, being single makes you realize everyone is cheating. Like that. Everyone is not being taken serious, right? You got 5 starter lineups, some even 10 starter lineups, right? You got a dude to buy you stuff. You got a dude to take you out. You got a dude you're cracking, right? There's like a starting 5 for everybody. Not me though, but for everybody else out there, everyone is just like, people are not taking people serious anymore. And honestly, it's just because of social media. You know what I mean? People feel like they're too good to have just one person they're talking to. And I think we need to go back to the old days where we stick to one person we're talking to.
It's crazy how being single reveals so many important truths. Take notes, men.
So where are the men? Where do y'all hang out? If you don't go to coffee shops? I'm so tired of like going to a bar or like go to different events and they're like 90% of the ladies and only 3 men hang out in the corner. Do you guys just not leave the house or like go outside? Yeah, I would love to stop using all the dating apps that are just not working anymore and start meeting people in real life organically. But where do men usually hang out? I feel like I've been looking at the wrong places. So let me know in comments.
Maybe it's not that you're looking in the wrong places, it's that the men aren't looking for you.
I'm 35 years old, single, income, no kids, and I would rather stay single for the rest of my life than end up in a relationship with somebody because my clock is ticking or because I feel lonely. I see these people who got married at 23 years old, and I'm sure some of you are extremely happy, there's no doubt about it. But you don't even know who the are at 23 years old. I feel like I haven't even figured myself out. I'm going to therapy, I'm sober, I've been sober almost 15 years. And there's still things that I'm realizing that I like in relationships that I don't like in relationships. I would rather make sure that I have spent the time to develop who I am and understand exactly who I am as much as possible within reason, right? Than to get into a relationship with somebody because I simply feel lonely. I would rather figure out how to feel good being alone and not lonely than end up with somebody who I'm gonna be unhappy with in 10 years and then bring that on my children. Here's the beauty of being a 35-year-old single income, no kids, AKA a sink. I get to make the choices that I want for myself. I get to decide my schedule. I get to decide where I go, when I go there. I don't have anybody nagging me. I don't have anybody begging me for their attention. The reality is I am in charge of my time. And it is beautiful, man.
No arguments, no pressure, just peace. Sounds like a win to me.
I'm genuinely serious. When men say that they don't have time to date you because they have like a job, like I don't understand, like what are you doing with your time? And yes, I get like a lot of men just say that because they don't like you. I know that. But like I know a couple men who like are so genuinely serious and they're like, I don't have time to date. And they literally like work their job and go to the gym and like maybe one day a week they'll go out like with their friends and like that's it. And like I don't understand, what are you literally doing with the rest of your time?
Jobs are draining, but some relationships make them look like a walk in the park.
There's no way I'm working so hard for my future just to settle down with somebody who has just been passed around, partied all the time, and literally hasn't done anything with your life. Like, miss me with that. Like, I'm not here to just take care of somebody, especially if they got kids already.
He's absolutely right. Men are allowed to have standards too.
You know, I see why men are staying single, because look around. We have women out here bragging about not cooking, not cleaning, not taking care of their home, not being soft, and not being supportive. And then expecting a man to show up as a provider, leader, planner, protector, and lover, while giving him absolutely nothing in return. And yes, I will be the one to say it. A home needs a woman who actually enjoys being a woman. A woman who takes pride in making her home feel warm and peaceful. A woman who loves her man in the same way that she wants to be loved. That is not oppression, that is care. Men are tired of being treated like a walking wallet. Tired of disrespect. Tired of begging for affection and a little peace. So, they are choosing to stay single, not because they hate women, but because they are looking for a woman that values her role just as much as his. And honestly, I don't blame them, because relationships only work when both people show up and give.
Finally, a young woman who gets it. She understands what men truly want and why more men than ever are choosing the bachelor life in great 2026. You guys have made it to the end of the video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this. And remember, according to YouTube, the best way to help the channel in the algorithm is to watch one of my videos right after this video. So if you like this video, you might as well watch another one. Till next time.